Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome back to another episode of Myth Busting Mondays. In today's episode for the final myth, and this is the most insane one yet, can you end up having a smoker's tongue reach somebody from the top of the Last Stand Lighthouse when they're all the way down below at the pier / the beach? That would be an incredibly far shot, but we have seen things be done with the smoker's tongue before, so it very well might be possible. But I will save the final results until the end of the video. If you guys end up enjoying today's video, please drop a like, comment, subscribe, follow, and all that beautiful stuff. But yeah, guys, I hope you end up enjoying this week's episode of Myth Busting Mondays. Myth: can you kill zombies through multiple surfaces? Okay guys, so for the first myth of the episode, this is sent in by Azure Productions. So what we are going to do to test this myth, I believe what would be the best way of testing it, is we are going to end up having multiple different types of textures. So for example, we will have anywhere from concrete all the way to wooden doors, and we are going to be spawning in several different boomers behind them, since the boomer is very sensitive to damage and pretty much will die if he's shot by anything. What we're going to do is line them all up in sets of 3s. And for each and every boomer we have, we will also have a brand new wall of that type of texture. And what we're going to have happen is Glabursko is going to shoot a sniper rifle through this wall. I'm going to be no-clipping above him to see how far the bullet can travel, and if it hits a boomer, how many boomers it can also kill. Okay, so I am in position, and so is Glabursko, so let's see how many walls that the sniper rifle can shoot through to be able to kill a special infected. Okay, so here is texture number 1, and Glabursko is going to shoot any second, and Glabursko did indeed hit something, but when you take a look at my footage, it looks like he only managed to hit one boomer and was not able to reach the other two. Now, we also did try this test where we just had two walls just right next to each other and then the boomer was behind it rather than being sandwiched in the middle, just in case there was a chance that it was able to end up being a fluke. But it looks like that no matter what, as long as it's multiple of the same type of texture or even different textures, the bullet can only travel so far and doesn't go past one wall or one door or one surface. So the first myth for today is going to end up being busted. You cannot kill a zombie through multiple layers of any type of surface. You can only end up shooting through one, which means that the guns are only a certain caliber and can only travel so far. Myth: can a boomer explosion save you from a smoker's tongue? Okay guys, so for myth number 2, this is submitted in by Glabursko. So what we're going to have happen is Glabursko is going to be snared by a smoker's tongue, and I'm just going to spawn in a boomer right next to him, so that way it's going to end up being at the explosive radius, and just shoot and just see what happens and see if whether or not the explosion itself is enough to either stun Glabursko or the smoker or the both of them to somehow break a hold of the tongue. So let's see what happens. Alright, both special infected are spawned in now, and as you guys can have seen, Glabursko gets grabbed, but as soon as I shoot the boomer and he explodes, he's free. So that seemed pretty straightforward, so it looks like myth 2 is confirmed. You can save a teammate by shooting a boomer to end up getting rid of the smoker's tongue. Let's go. Myth: can bots take damage from razor worms? God, that sounds like a nasty STD. And Back for Blood? Okay guys, so myth number 3 is submitted in by Ace of Spades. Now I want to clarify exactly what the razor worms are in the game, because I understand that not everyone might know what they are, since this is a part of the last DLC and only a specific part of the brand new map. So basically, long story short, what this is going to be a reskinned version of the razor wire equipment that's in the game, but in the story supposedly it's supposed to be covered in the worm parasite that is what makes the zombies in the Back for Blood universe, and you can find this on the second to last chapter of Act 6. So we're going to be heading over there shortly, and basically what we want to see is if the bots were to follow us in there, would they end up taking damage from this razor wire? And very luckily for us, Evangelo has not taken any damage whatsoever. So we have a really good starting point for their health bar, since we can't exactly tell which HP they are by looking at it. Now, as you guys can see, I am standing in the cultist razor wire right now, and I am taking damage little by little as I walk through it. However, though, if you take a look at the bot's HP bar, Jim and Evangelo's health bars have not changed. And it's really noticeable with Evangelo because his is pure white, which means you can tell he's taken literally no damage. So this means that myth number 3 is also going to be busted, but this is a good type of busted because, to be honest, Back for Blood, even after all this time, as much as it's gotten much better, is still a very challenging game. And the last thing I want to have happen is the dumb bots walking into razor wire and getting themselves killed. So I'm super glad that this does not affect them. Thank Christ. Myth: can you survive fall damage by landing on any special infected's head? Okay guys, so myth number 4 is submitted in by JJ Lipscomb. And JJ, I would like to also acknowledge that I know that your comment doesn't say special infected, it just says any zombie. But when we tried to test the uncommon and even the common zombies, they just kept running away from us and getting out of the little pit that we made for them. So it's really hard to test. So for the remainder of this myth, we're just only going to be showing the special infected because that is something we were able to control. So what you're about to see is a little montage of Glopursko just jumping into the pit we made over and over and over again, filled with several different special infected, all one at a time, just so that way there's no risk of possibly landing on one type of special infected over and over again if we mix them up. So as you guys can see, we go all the way from smokers, all the way down to even the tank and the witch, which for me personally, and the thing is that I'm surprised by this, but even the tank, who is just big and thick, is not able to stop you from hitting the ground fully. Either that or it's just the momentum rather that kills you rather than landing on a particular surface. But regardless, no matter which special infected that you land on, you will die if it's from fall damage height that is enough to kill you. So myth 4 is busted. You cannot land on any special infected's head to be able to stop fall damage. Okay guys, so now it's time for the final myth of the episode. And once again, it's going to be, can you end up reaching a survivor with a smoker's tongue when they are all the way at the top of the last stand lighthouse and you are all the way down at the beach or the pier? This is going to be the longest reach that the smoker has ever taken within the legitimate means of the game without cheating. So let's see if whether or not the smoker has what it takes and see what's what. Myth. Can a smoker's tongue reach a survivor who is at the top of the last stand lighthouse? Okay guys, here comes the final myth. The final myth is submitted in by Doug Tyler. I am ascending the top of the lighthouse right now, while Glopursko as a smoker is at the bottom near the beach / the pier. And as you guys can see from both of our perspectives, we are super far away. In fact, you can barely see Glopursko. I have to zoom in with the sniper scope just to be able for you guys to identify him. But as you guys can see, even from all this distance, the smoker's tongue, even though it is lined up with me cursor-wise, does not end up allowing a reach to happen. It is not until we both go to the edge of the cliff that we are able to end up getting a distance where he can lock on to me. But even then, when he does lock on to me, it just immediately pulls me off, so it breaks instantaneously. So that would mean that the final myth of today's episode is going to end up being busted. You cannot, by a legitimate means of the game, be able to reach a survivor with a smoker's tongue from that far away. Technically, if you cheated, because the smoker's tongue has infinite range as long as you no-clip on a straight path, it would catch up to you eventually if you did it that way. But from the gameplay, being in a logical standpoint, is not possible. But yeah guys, that's going to be here for today's episode of Myth Busting Mondays, and I do truly hope you guys ended up enjoying, and if you did, please consider dropping a like, comment, subscribe, follow, and all that beautiful stuff. If you guys would like to financially support the channel, I would tremendously appreciate if you guys could go check out my Patreon. It's always linked down below in all my YouTube video descriptions. Please also use my supporter creator code BlackNinja797 in all caps in the Fortnite and Epic Games item shops, because Epic's my very first sponsor and they're sponsoring today's video. So shout out to Epic Games. But yeah guys, I hope you end up enjoying seeing another YouTube video for the most unique YouTubers are ever going to see. Thanks for watching guys, I love all of you, and peace out.
Hey meme lords, Jesus here, and you better have enjoyed that video there by the eternal god Daddy Ninja. You should probably subscribe too, or the mighty Moab will come for your balls. If you enjoyed the video, you might like it too, and give me the memes. Flash, bang, boom!
Here, I got to stand directly behind you, otherwise he aims his tongue up.
Try to,
What? It blocked it.
Boomer, no,
The smoker's tongue went up the boomer's ass and got lost.
Yeah,
I can see the title for the video now. Left 4 Dead rim job confirmed? That would be the #1 myth. Can you give a rim job in Left 4 Dead? People like me, what the fuck?